How do? Beautiful morning, and it is morning. Round about 5:30. Haven't been out with a boy for a week and a half. As weeks go, hasn't been the best. Capped off a couple of days ago, finding out a very good friend had died. Anyway, let's talk about weapons, right? So weapons in prison. Two types of weapons. There's the person who's a weapon. If you're talking about a prisoner or a member of staff who's a weapon, it's not a pleasant label. It means they're a tool. Without using other language, I'm sure you know what I mean. A weapon. If you call someone a weapon, they're a weapon. That's not a good thing. Okay, but then there's the items that are used or intended to harm somebody. I'll start with the one that will probably take you a while to get your head round. The guy's dead now. He used to carry a piece of glass where the sun don't shine. Yeah, that's right, piece of glass with, some bedding around it or whatever, fashioning a handle where the sun don't shine. Now, we all know that there is a certain place, I've only worked with male prisoners, where people can conceal things where myself or the prison officers can't go. Yeah, up your backside. Mobile phones, drugs, the like. This lad had a weapon, a piece of glass. We know that. He had numerous x-ray scans, whatever. The lad also used to keep a piece of glass in the top of his leg, inserted near his femoral artery inside of his thigh. Again, scans, x-rays or whatever, we know that to be true. He was a prolific self-harmer, but he was also super dangerous. A very, very, very small percentage of prisoners will make weapons intending to use them. A lot of them have them for protection. A lot of them are used to threat people, extort people or whatever. What have you. This guy was super dangerous. I met very few prisoners who would use weapons. He did. There was a Cockney lad, he came to the healthcare, he come from forensic units to prison. He was going to Rampton, I believe, back to Rampton. When we had him on the healthcare, didn't like him, he personality disorder, horrendous list of assaults on female nurses, male nurses in forensic units and prison staff. He was known for fashioning bladed weapons on the healthcare. Every time he come out, he was searched. Every time he was on exercise or on association, his cell was searched. We found numerous weapons and we kept him locked down. He didn't like it and eventually moved off and went to normal location. Whilst on normal location, C-Wing, he fashioned a bladed weapon, toothbrush, 2 razor blades in it, and he slashed the lad who was in for 3 months. First time in prison, 3 months, left prison with a scar. Yeah, that lad, no, there was no comebacks for him. He was going to Rampton anyway. He was already well over tariff, just a dangerous person. Ended up in the segregation unit. If he'd have gone back to the wing or normal location, the lads would have killed him. They quite definitely would. But there is that barrier, used to be a barrier, dynamic security, staff-prisoner relationships. You know, having a weapon and actually using it is a different thing. So, I've talked about the toothbrush. You know, people are entitled to toothbrushes, razors and the like. I've seen a toilet brush, plastic toilet brush handle, I don't know, maybe a foot long, fashioned into a spike, hard plastic, yeah. A spike, 6-inch longs, perfect. Yeah, very little force myself, in my hand. It's going well deep, you know, potentially kill, certainly damage organs. I've seen weapons designed specifically not to kill. Short bladed weapons, maybe 1/2 inch long, with a hilt to stop it going in. So you're going to penetrate 1/2 inch, stabbing motion. I've seen a lad in hospital who was stabbed some 30 or 40 times in his back when he was in the private sector. 2 lads Short-bladed weapons, like I said, bam, 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 multiple stab wounds. Staff used to be on the ball. When I was at Strangeways, private sector, you know, used to do a lot of searching. You would find weapons from time to time. 2 people in the cell, you find one weapon. You can't say it's one of the others. They both deny it. There's no possible consequences. Like I said, people will have weapons for protection. And then there's the weapons you can't legislate for. For me, the scariest weapon, the thing that used to terrify me, was hot water. Hot water, put a bit of sugar in it, nasty, thrown in the face. Yeah, I was fearful of that. And then there's lads who can fight, who use weapons. You see, everyone who can fight necessarily ain't going to use these. I remember we got a lad on the healthcare, yeah? I remember seeing him. I opened the door. Yeah, he had got plaster across his nose. He looked like he'd been hit with a train in the face. Yeah, I'm laughing now. He was laughing. Yeah, as much as he could. He was obviously in a lot of pain. I asked him what had happened. He said someone took a dislike to something I said and hit myself. The lad who hit him in the face, well-known hard lad, but hit him in the face with a prison tray that you would carry your food on. Green plastic trays, yeah, full on in the face. That tray, end on, side on, if you'd have hit him in the face, with the force that he'd hit him, could have potentially killed him. Certainly would have caused multiple fractures other than just his nose. I don't mean just his nose, because it was a mess, but the lad could laugh about it, like I say, and that's why I'm smiling. There was another lad, again, spontaneous. Prisoners used to have flasks. During my time, they all got small kettles, so everyone's got that potential for the hot water. Scary stuff. He was collecting hot water. Again, somebody said something he didn't like. I know this because I asked him. There was no evidence to the fact that he'd committed the assault, but he did admit it to myself, which, you know, isn't going to get him convicted within prison. Anyway, this lad said something he didn't like, so he hit him full on in the face with a flask. Again, multiple facial fractures. You can't legislate for that. The barrier, dynamic security, keeping people safe, has gone. There's none of that. There will be lots of weapons floating about. There's some dangerous weapons, some naughty weapons. Everyone's little black museum, you'll have seen them on, you know, America's Worst Prisons and the like. They're the same weapons. Same weapons in this country as in America, Mexico, wherever. Dangerous stuff. Dangerous job. More dangerous now in this country. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to try and get out vlogging more. You know, at the minute, a lot of things not going right. However, you have to stick at it, don't you? I've got a couple of funerals to attend. One was a very good friend, lived in Little Alton, helped me a lot when I finished with the prison service. 4 years of walking our dogs, Stephen and Sparky, 4 times a day. The best therapy. Sometimes you discount things like that. Amazing. I'd just like to thank everyone. Stephen, he's still wondering what's going on. R5, out walking. In fact, I don't even think it's that. Thank everyone who support the channel. Everyone who supports me on Patreon, everyone who's bought me a brew, everyone who's partake. Guests, past, present and future. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.